Hello everyone, Octract here. It's been about a month and a half since I started my job, and now that that's gone by, it's time to talk about some changes with the channel that are going to happen. So about a week ago you saw my video where in the description I wrote that I'm changing my upload schedule from 7 videos per week, so that's one every day, to 5 videos per week, with Mondays and Wednesdays not getting a video. So since I work Sunday through Thursday, those are the second and fourth days of my work week. So you can see what I did there. Alright, so to get into that, the reason why I'm changing my upload schedule is twofold. Number one is that I now have to record all of my videos basically within a 2-day window, and so putting out 7 videos in that time is, while not too difficult, doing it, say, another week in advance, so that way I have a weekend free to do other things, is really challenging. So with this new upload schedule, I can record, say, 2 weeks worth of videos on the old schedule and have it count for 3 on the new one. Or I can record 3 weeks ahead on the old schedule, 7 videos per week, and thanks to weekly demons, it's going to come out to be around 5 weeks ahead. And so that's basically what I'm doing, so that way I have more time to actually do stuff. The other reason is because I actually see content on my channel kind of coming to a slow. So it's going to be a while before that actually happens, but pretty much looking at the flow of content on my channel, it started out, I started out going 1 video per day, really when I started uploading the levels by Theory of Dobby. And then from there I did 50 demons in a row all the way up till Christmas, and those videos kept going out until the end of January, over a year ago. And then from there, I found a creator who goes by LTGS, and I uploaded videos of his levels for quite a while. And then from there, around that time, I rebeat a couple of notable demons, beat a few new demons. It was around that time when I started practicing Windy Landscape, and then I switched gears to rebeating demons that I did before I started my YouTube channel. And that has gone on with a few other uploads mixed in for quite some time. In summer, I beat a few new demons that I hadn't done yet, starting with Ditched Machine and tapering off to some insanely easy demons. And then after that, I also got started on the hardest 4 and 5-star levels, and in general, that's where I really started to take off with doing misrated levels. So a lot of the misrated levels left are pretty challenging. In fact, I have a couple of those on their way. But once I get done beating some of the demons, once I get done beating all of the demons that I did before I started my YouTube channel, and once I've uploaded videos of levels that I think should be rated or that I think are really good, I'm going to have a lot more difficult content to record if I want to keep my YouTube channel going. And so I kind of want to create more time for myself to record that, as well as to give me time to do things in real life and keep my channel moving on a stable schedule for longer. Based on my prediction, I can probably make it 2 months, probably to the end of March, on the current upload schedule, or on the old upload schedule, I should say. And I think I can make it probably to the end of May and into June on a 5 videos per week upload schedule. So that's a pretty big difference right there. And that's just for stability. Obviously, I'm not going to quit YouTube. I'm just going to keep uploading, and I'll upload things as I get them done. The other thing I want to talk about in this video is the status on my computer. So you may remember in either November or December, I'm not entirely sure when the videos were coming out, I was talking about how I was trying to do a reinstall of Windows. Pretty much what happened was Windows got a big update, took a few hours to install, and then from there it's messed with my drivers, and I decided not to reinstall Windows at that point because it had just gone through a really big update. And even though some things were kind of messed up on there, like my computer takes a couple of minutes to actually power off when I tell it to shut down, or half the time when I turn it on, the graphic drivers don't load the screen, right? Just nonsense like that. Um, Even despite that, I'm not resetting it. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing, like trying to troubleshoot the overheating, I did with my neighbor who has a job in IT and makes and has a six-figure income. And he told me to get the Windows product key, so that way when I reinstalled Windows, I'd have the product key and would be able to actually go forward with that. It sounds like it sounds like Microsoft has changed how the Windows product key works for Windows 10 computers, especially if you updated, say, from Windows 7 to Windows 10, which is what I did, and it keeps it on the hardware. So my neighbor doesn't really know that much about what Microsoft has been doing there, and so he's not trusting what's going on, and with the fact that I can't get a product key for my Windows. And so based on that, obviously he's the expert, so I'm not going to try and move forward with a Windows reinstall if if he can't even trust what's going on. So with that said, my computer's doing okay, I guess. It's not overheating too much, but then again, I'm not using it as much as I used to. I could get a new computer with the money that I've been making for my job, but at the same time, I'm not going to be able to play it as much as I would because I'm working full time. The other thing is that once I eventually go to study at a university, I'm going to have to manage a lot of homework and um, expenses because I'm probably going to be moved out at that point. And so I'll have uh, the same or even less time to use a new gaming computer. And so it doesn't seem like the best option for me. As a student, my computer would be reduced to a business computer, which is what I'm using right now, a laptop, obviously. And so I really don't see the point. If I do get a new computer, then I have to deal with a larger computer. I have to set it up, which isn't too bad. I know how to do all of the different setup things, get different applications installed like Discord and GD and all that, and move game files around. That's no problem, but it does take up a lot of time. And then I also have to become accustomed to using its keyboard just as a laptop. And I also have to become accustomed to playing Geometry Dash on it because from my experience trying out my brother's old laptop, which is terrible for ergonomics and overheating, but still more powerful than my laptop, um, it actually playing on it actually reduced my input lag a lot to the point where I actually realized that I had input lag that I was compensating for. And so trying to work with that is going to be a huge challenge, and it's definitely going to stunt my growth in Geometry Dash for a time. And um, I just don't really want to deal with all of the time lost on that. If my computer does die because it's falling apart, the drivers are messed up, etc., etc., there's actually a spot in it where a bearing for a screw came out, and so it's not completely together, right? So if my computer does give up the ghost, then I'm going to get a new computer and it's going to be great. Hopefully I'll be able to salvage whatever was on the hard drive um, when that happens. Otherwise we're going to have some problems. Then that's what I'll do. But until then, I'm just going to stick with this computer, save up my money, and go with what I've got. I guess you can't really complain because you've subscribed based on what I've been uploading, and that's not going to get any worse, hopefully. So, with all that said, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank you for listening. This was an extension, really, to the update that I had on January 1st, but with a few things that I really could not have said back then because I had only started my job really less than 2 weeks before that. So, with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.